Dust2, our first Dust2 chat. It took us till the last day of groups to even see Dust2. Launders with a great tweet. Dust2, top 7 map in the pool at the moment.
Only just, isn't it?
I think so, honestly.
Just getting in there.
Like that VP Spirit Ancient game was even more ammunition for that fight to, once again, I do feel Dust2 and Mirage slipping further and further and down in teams' acquired taste. We've got 4 leaning early towards B here to start things off. OG on that T-sider. Smoke on the Xbox and info for Breeze. He starts and takes an aggressive stance. And Nate is timed to perfection. Stan doesn't find the bloodshed he was looking for. Cirque has. And they're continuing towards tons here. Valda late on this Mihu push. He'll clear it. Oh, and he's perfect.
Nice
the first click, and already 2 bodies drop. Looking like EG are starting as they mean to go on here. Problem a little bit. They do have util, so they will still be able to isolate a little bit. Mihu has completely evacuated through long. They can't leave. They'll try to. Hard shots in the back of the head, but Mihu's hitting them all. That's a great start. 4 kills on the USP.
All right. Steady stuff there. Great way to kick it off for EG. And one of the things that I think everybody was most impressed with this EG roster so far in their jaunt here at IEM Summer has been the versatility of their CT sides. I'm going to be checking out what little plays they're bringing into their book here today, but slapped on down. Look at that. Now, we'll get this one underway with a force by Mantu into the scout, the Baby Orb. Some upgraded pistols for everybody else, a little bit of light utility around it. We get Stan and Obo over towards the B site. Cirque, Breeze, and Mihu locking down A. And that was one of the conversations with EG for so long on Dust2, was the fact that Breeze is the long anchor. And he's normally been the superstar of this team, just knowing that if you want to pummel out long, you have to deal with an absolute monster like him.
Well, I was already starting to get a bit more convinced by this Mihu and Obo double fragging presence. I mean, like, especially on the T sides, it felt like EG had something they didn't before in the form of Mihu and Obo, especially when they're both on form. Obo did a lot of work to get EG to this position. Now, perhaps a semi-final. OG, of course, a conversation in themselves. Mantu is in the same category for me. Absolutely love watching this guy on the AWP. He has got Baby's first AWP in his hands right now. The Scout, it can bang. Mihu, though, an armored M4, and he's coming straight into them, unloading the mag. Only the one to show for it. The Tech 9's now in play. Counter molly defense. Smoke not going to be able to be used or utilized too much, but a quick pivot to B stands there to support. They're playing completely out of the site, so they'll let them in. I say that. Obo may not want to let that happen at all. Oh, they're all falling to the FAMAS. Good find. Mantu's head visible. Flames with 1. If they could just find Stan cleanly, which they can't, he could have made them, maybe got a bomb planned. The rotate was on its way. EG, though, take their second. Scavenge what they can. It looks like they lost an M4 in that fray, unless Cirque has got Mihu's. Did they just bring 1 or 2 into the play? I was going to say we'll find out. My memory, that was about 10 seconds ago. I should be able to recall it.
No, I think Breeze is reinvested there, so it's just the upgrades required. Lots of cash being spent. You can see Stan spent 4.3 there as well, rebuying a whole bunch of goodies. Here we go, back underway, and this one will be more like a full eco. We've got 4 P250s and a push up mid. Mihu with the confidence here, just knowing that laser beam to the head is working so far. How many are you going to find? No head armor, no Kevlar whatsoever. That's going to be another 3 for Mihu, and Obo might even find the other 2. The MP9, perfect weapon for the job. Close range in the tunnels, peppering away. Nico chipped on down to 58. Not long for this world. And there you have it.
I'm pretty sure this is how Rain's crazy Dust2 no deaths half started. It was similar pushes. Of course, Mihu has already conceded a death, but 4 kills on the pistol. He's got 3 again, the anti-eco, running up middle with that FAMAS. And we'll be seeing, of course, the full buy come in. Doesn't look like too many sacrifices for the CTs. That MP9 for Obo, I'm sure, will find some service and some use for it. He's got the spawn for long side.
Be interesting to see just how flexible they are here, and you're right, they are sending Obo over towards long, getting prepared for a bit of a heavy long presence here from OG. That's not to be the case. More members over towards upper tunnels. Obo's made it across towards pit. Mantu's got out his AWP, and it is just stand over towards this B bomb site, so the rotation will have to come back on over quite swiftly. They've set Breeze up, smokes are dropped, locked down towards the bedroom position as OG are working on Cat Alexi's flash. Flames peaks, nobody home, and real estate taken with about 1:30 left on the clock. OG are picking this up quickly.
Mihu's mollied out. He will spread, will be forced to either move or drop his smoke. He opts for the latter.
Oh, this is very fast.
Yeah, they're going to swing through. Double smoke. There's no info they can get here, but Stan only the one to show for it. There is no one to defend B now. Valda can corral that rotate. He's left Mantu there as well with the AWP. This is a bit tight. The bomb will go down. Flames responsible for turn through spawn. I've got a sneaking suspicion. EG may just want to accept this one. Let it float away.
If they try and punish here as OG escape mid doors and the B tunnels and do some damage financially, it's not too bad. This is kind of a bonus round for EG. See Mihu with that famous, Obo with the aforementioned MP9, and well, they have residual cash. So playing the long game here, EG early. Good to see. Not necessarily a North American classic.
Yeah.
They love a biff and a brawl.
They'd love to catch Mantu as he tries to get away through tons. No one's going to take that fight.
Okay, that seemed very, very simple, didn't it? I'm not sure what the go was in terms of them having an understanding there was only one player on that B bomb site. We know that there was a lot of utility dumped towards long. We could hear, we could see it. The same thing would have been for OG while they were in that default-ish formation. But the guns will come back out. Obo gets to keep more cash if he doesn't want to reinvest, right? He can still use that MP9. Same with Mihu on the Famis.
Maybe it's time for Cirque to remind us what he's capable of. He has got his signature weapon out for our 5th round of play.
Yeah, when Cirque's on, he can be a fantastic AWPer here. It's just about the consistency. It's not easy to do when you're a bit more of a flicky, bit more of a flary AWP player. Here comes Mantu.
Runs a look, and it's a hard shot to hit. Just whistles past the buttocks of Breeze. Two up short and very loud, very quick. Lurk smoke dropped. Miyu wants to advance on this. He's going for a deeper nade towards Alexi's position. Doesn't find too much, but a sound cue given away. Flames would love to punish this.
That's going to be even hurt, so I know that they're super close right now.
Yeah, Breeze a lot to do here. That's the bomb. Nico spotted. Can't tame the spray at all. Cirque's going to have to step up. And no, too many targets. Only the one from Mihu provided on this defense. Everything else is going OG's way. And that MP9, the flash was there. Good find, despite the loss of vision. And now we'll just Stanislaw. 1 versus 3. They're all on the other end of this smoke. He's got a timer for this. Turns the flash. Can't really contest the plant. And forced off by the incendiary as well. So he's just going to have to rescind completely into CT. It looks like a perfect take. That's 2 back-to-back from OG, where it just felt like the site was theirs very early on into the piece.
Yeah, good pacing. I think both of these in-game leaders here today have a very good feel for that stand. We spoke about it just the other day. Alexi, on the other side of things, I think that his kind of intuition or gut calls, they're very good as well.
It can lead OG to some embarrassing round losses, but also some very convincing round wins.
Yeah, and just like this one here, just a note, maybe you're wondering, how did they know Stan was so close there? He threw a flash out to facilitate Obo's peek. You could see that one showing up there within the kill feed. So they knew that Stan had to be close enough to lob that flash out. So not getting lazy, not getting distracted. And OG pick up the second, 3 surviving. AWP denied here for Cirque. Now this is where that extra cash is really going to come through from Obo saving the MP9. Could drop an AWP for Cirque if they would like. Good stuff here from the Danes, Valda and Nico. Well, I think we discussed it yesterday. The 2 of the, well, unless Device makes it, 2 of the only Danes who we're going to see in the playoffs. Unless I'm
no, you're right. We lost to Rogue, we lost to Stralis. Could very well be the representatives, Valda, Nico,
see you, mate.
And maybe Device. Yeah, Obo catching 1, down to 20 on the cross. First time we've seen the leg shots through doors.
Fast
Flames
again.
And Alexi love it. Cirque greets it with a bullet. And Flames straight through.
Look at this pressure. Spotted now.
Nice. Flames with another. And he's advancing straight into the line of sight.
Look
what?
At this
Breeze
kid
has
go.
let him go. He's taken so much space. They can't deal with him now. Breeze is just kept busy. Flames does it alone. 2 frags, nice response from Mihu. He nearly gets them both. Valda did get dinked in the process, but Stan and Obo so disconnected, I don't even think they've got a chance. They throw the bomb across.
Ooh.
That was Stan's chance. Now the smoke bloom, and almost a certain doom for these CTs.
Has to be another save here, surely. Valdez low, and that is unconfirmed damage. But yeah, Obo's limping. Then that was from the start of the round.
Now we know why Alexi and Flames have been taking all of that short for free. Once they have it for free and they don't have to faff around taking that space, you can see the acceleration on Flames. Even losing Alexi, Cirque actually connected first on that short aggression, but he completely flipped the round.
It's crazy to see him continue forward there, right? With the in-game leader dying, he's taken all of that. As soon as he's ahead of that molly, he's completely committed. There's no backing down in that situation. But great to have a crowbar like this kid right here, right? In case of emergency, just smash the window, allow the little aim stars to pop off a couple of heads, and away you go. We're tied up 3-3. And here's the the opener, and I don't want to say the closer, it is the second kill that he gets here that almost defines this round. Mihu could have saved it with the double there from the crossover position, but this is lovely. Even if Flames doesn't get this kill, the flank's coming in from long. He's done his job. He's kept Breeze busy. He's taken the site, and EG are forced into their first timeout here. Only 6 rounds into play. A lot to discuss with the finances. We've got Stan and Obo. They're both hovering around that 2.5 mark. We could see some Famis's drops. Breeze could buy himself as well if he just wants to go for an M4 with Kev, but utility is going to be a bit of a problem, and Cirque, the man on your screen right here, will not have his lovely big green, so not going to be the easiest of rounds in round number 7 for EG. Bit of the boot camp environment here. That's another thing of a takeaway for OG. If you've been a fan for a while, you remember the MBK and the ISA days. Boot camping wasn't really something they were able to get themselves into during the whole global situation. But now with the new refreshed roster, this is the second time I do believe they're making it happen. And of course, the North American with the European twist. Back on European soil, everybody in the same room, things looking good, things looking better than previously. And now you can see the buy, so it will be the conservative approach here for EG. Just the saved guns, and you need to get the most out of these here, Stan.
Super deep smoke. EG have a response.
One way.
Oh, it's a one-way. Flames! The star of the previous, he's not gone down. Down to 1. Breeze wants to fill the gap. This is risky. Cirque falls as well. Mantu has found 2 right out of the gate. And that's just in support and defense of this aggressive CT smoke. He's even tried to molly into it. He will get caught here. Oh, as it fades, a nutmeg for Breeze, trying to claw things back. Flames is finished off. A chance as well for Obo. And now with the bomb loose, round could be in question. Alexi tries to change things. The spray just a little awry. Only Valdi, and he's well and truly disconnected.
Oof,
the bomb's down in tons.
Bit of a fumble there, all things considered. They kind of rushed into that. They've given Obo the double kill. They've run out mid. They knew where multiple members of the team were there, and OG just hoping that the frags could come out and bring them on top. But yeah, it's just Valde. And
we should all just sit in awe and enjoy the fact that that was off the back of a timeout. That's the call. He's clearly communicated it. Right, we're going to contest early. They keep taking short aggressive for free. We're going to be throwing an aggressive smoke, that one we talked about, and we're going to peek underneath it. It works, despite Mantu starting oh so strongly. I mean, he got the first 2, right?
Yeah, and that was... Oof. Okay, now we've got a bit of a chance here. 30 seconds left. Valde will need to really get a move. Never mind, he's just signaled the fact he's not going for this one by heading back towards T-spawn. So 24 seconds, this one is done. And I suppose that... Might have a chance for another kill here, you know.
He kind of convinced Mihu with that flash short from long.
That's only 15 seconds. There's no way he can get this kill and get towards B.
Well, he's kind of miffed he had to take the fight there, but he'll get the AWP for free.
Okay, well, best of a terrible situation.
It's a really odd one. You don't get to see those every day. Valde, an impactful save, and we'll see how this went so awry. So Flames gets dinked, Stan gets caught straight through the smoke, and that's all you're going to see. There was, of course, a little bit more of a hijinks there as they saw the EG turn it back on its head.
That one way, though, you know, a lot of people look at the one ways, you know, they're a bit gimmicky, but the thing is you need to have moves, let's call it, like that to be able to facilitate moments. If Stan gets that kill, right, okay, maybe the round comes completely differently, but you can see exactly what they were working for there. So a huge one for EG to steal back. And Org's out again here. One for Stan, one for Obo, AWP for Mantu, and loving this 3-pronged dark approach or OG. Valde anchoring outside long, 3 working their way through the tunnels, not wanting to default over top mid, back where the old palm tree once stood.
Ooh, he can't go wider. Mantu was posted up to punish anyone that should be forced out by the flame. Cirque is there as well. This is quite a powerful setup. If Mantu peeks into this, he may not be ready for what awaits. Mihu bailed out by his teammate Smoke. That will hold him back. That will hold him back.
Well, as you can look at it, one of the situations like, Miho, I don't want you to die, so I am just going to smoke your contact off here.
Back to Flames on short. And he's got an intention. Flashbang drawn, but there's no one there to back him up. So he wants to make it clear that there is a threat short. Keep Cirque occupied. Valde just housing these. Mantu's gone for a bit of a fight. Mihu's done very well with that.
Big dink.
Holding the spray, keeping them at bay. Very nice damage, and even more with the nade. Alexi down to just 28, Mantu 11. That's all Mihu's hard work. 30 seconds. They're going to have to commit here, Chad. This is shaping up nicely for EG.
This is looking like a set piece here. They've got smokes, mollies, and flashes to do so, but softened up on HP. Obo can mow them down here.
He's been so good, especially on the CT sides where Obo does his best work. Flash from Cirque, peek from Obo, unloads into the smoke. More damage, still no bodies dropped. 13, OG would do something miraculous if they could turn this around. Barely getting the bomb down. They can't even get into the site, held at bay. Mihu's suppressing them, jumping for more damage. They're trying to save in the middle of nowhere, in Gandalf no less. Hold your horses. Nico's, don't die! Don't! Hi! That could have sucked. It still does. It really does. And that's a timeout straight out of OG. They have been humbled in these last two. Off the back of EG's timeout, they're looking refreshed.
Yeah, it's been some good stuff here. And again, just the versatility in the EG setup, leaving Mihu close towards doors, Stan basically on an island towards that B site and rotating Obo over to help out A. He was very flexible. Obo was helping Breeze towards long, and then late round, he's now perfectly positioned on A ramp to take this contact. You can see the flashes are good. Cirque is just getting a couple of freebies, right? Alexi has a bit of a glance, but all in all, Cirque's every day of the week. And out of this, look, OG with the save, with the residual cash, they do have enough money to go for a buy. But it was the pace that won them a few of those earlier rounds. So it's interesting to see if they opt to go back for something a little bit faster. Taking a look at their spawns, we get a little bit of a look at it right here. Mansu has a good spawn forward towards B. That's not going to help him here when he wants to be scoping down mid, and nobody had a long spawn whatsoever. So it won't just be an all-in long rush. And the change up from EG, they're spending 3 players over towards this B side early with Cirque contesting mid.
They're using a lot of their smokes early as well. That's 3 smokes from the CTs off the break. 1 for the long post, 1 for the mid cross, and 1 for Tons. Big dump of util. Whoa, Mihu pushing into the lower Tons, and he's gone and taken 2. Bomb as well. He's not even going to get punished on the retreat. Mantu's missed it. OG off the back of their timeout, left red-faced. Hot under the collar, 2 remain, and already it's just Nico and Mantu.
Just the versatility in these CT setups and the proactive nature about it.
It's like Mirage. We were talking about that, how every round felt like a different CT setup. It feels similar here on Dust2.
And they're definitely dictating the pace right here. Nico left with Mantu. Sure, they've got all the HP to work with. They even have utility. But right now, the number disadvantage, a minute on the clock, unless they're gifted a couple of kills. This one should be EG's every day of the week. 6 almost looking secure. And if you are OG, the percentage play is to go for the save. But with how that one started, you want to at least contest for something. 40.
I just realized EG OG is such an iconic head-to-head, isn't it?
Yeah.
From Dota.
We don't have, well, maybe the Dota fans are tuning in. Well, hello if you are.
Absolutely, but in terms of just organizations, you know, the people that have been representing the 2 logos battling ahead, OG, little No-Tail probably really wouldn't mind beating EG again.
That's true.
That's all I'm saying.
We can make some comparisons between some players in the team as well if we want.
Yeah, you certainly can. They've got the double Dane though here in CS. Cirque completely smoked off. Nico gets across. They're not going to get the bomb down. They're not going to get the bomb down. Obo secures it. And now Mantu, yeah, but he's saving. No, just die! No, don't die now. He's hiding in the smoke. They're going to throw bullets at him, and another real awkward one for OG. Jesus, that's 2 rounds in a row they've been saving right in front of the enemy, and Mihu is the reason this happened. Look at him go. So we've seen them one way from short. We've seen them push double doors. It seems a clear game plan here for Evil Genius's defense is do not let Alexi have his mid control for his setups.
And one of the things we might see from that is OG now starting to dictate with some faster plays of their own. But the problem is they're like a step or 2 behind the 8 ball. So Stan at this point, he kind of is feeling the game well, and look, he can call into that.
This is what they were doing right at the pistol. They're still doing it. Miu's up mid. Immediately confirms mid is not the issue.
That is a 4-man A-lean as well. So Stan could have all the pressure over towards this B site, but Mihu's got the info. Mihu's, oh, it's the triple boost. They're not even going to get a chance. Even if they try and use this was a Gratisfaction special.
Bang! Stan's dead. Triple boost pays off. If this works, it's unarmored Deagles and a hero AWP from the save. Can he do it? Mantu looks away from his screen, fully blinded. Another for Mantu in the feed. He'd need to do so much more. Multiple targets and 3 frags now for an ace clutch. They're asking too much of him. Takes the opportunity as they fall out. He's being pushed, looked away. Mihu on the smoke. Fair play. Getting 3, getting the entry. It's more than OG could have expected from Mantu, and he will have enough money to at least be equipped into the next. But here's EG getting 7. We'll see that again.
Such a slow crawl on that boost just there. Walking the tightrope. And this is the thing, right? Of course you're going to run in if you're OG. There's a minute 10 on the clock. You're not expecting all 5 members of the opposing force to already be on that side. And then Mihu just runs through the smoke. Like, the fact that they're playing this balls-out Counter-Strike right now, big component of why EG are looking sharp.
Balls-out Counter-Strike. Alu, a big proponent of that kind of Counter-Strike. The biggest component of that type of Counter-Strike. Mihu's still on doors. They're not just going to walk through on a flash, are they?
I think they are.
Contact. Not this time. Flames is good as well. Quick find, opened up into mid, and now Obo falls out of B completely.
Might need a CT smoke there, boys, if you want to go.
There it is.
Look at the rotate.
He just peeks.
He's going through.
Honest, Breeze brings the fight as well. EG this time not winning their duels, trying to keep this style of Counter-Strike that you just attributed to them. Yeah, this is the other side of that coin.
And this is the type of Counter-Strike it feels like we've been missing during the, let's say, CIS revolution, right? Because obviously they bring the no-risk style of Counter-Strike. As Mantu taking a couple of his own right here. Might steal this one away from Cirque. Dinked on down to 5 HP. Wants to hold on to the AWP. They know where he is. They might chase him out. But the thing is, with the way that the CIS squads approach the game, they are taking risk out of it, right? If we go slow, we do the default, we sit back, we take no damage, you are removing risk.
You know what I consider it, actually, now you're talking about it, in terms of eliminating risk. We talked about Astralis, you know, completely reinventing the game to a point where playing the percentages was the right way to win. And then you look at the CIS, I'm not saying it's a bastardization, but it's like Astralis playing the percentages on crack.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you.
You know,
I'm
like,
with you.
as in, yeah, like, okay, if you want to draw the line on the percentage, yes, you're right, sitting and watching Monster for 55 seconds and then regrouping and walking out Monster Tunnel contact with 20 seconds left is technically the right thing to do.
Yeah. By doing that, they did take away this,
yes,
right? The
we don't get any of that.
The brawly nature, right? This only starts to happen when the strat book is empty and things are getting desperate. The fact that EG are delivering this, and we've had this in a lot of our games that we've casted so far in IEM Summer, it's bringing it back a bit of that multi-kill magic, some of that flair, and now Alexi looking for pace again. Yet to kill Alexi, or yet to frag.
So this is interesting. He's immediately and clearly trying to make short a focus. Obo, here we go. He's going to get crouched on and 3 targets as the smoke fades. If he could just get 2. Just, I say. Get 2. Nothing to report from Obo. He screams, "Be lost." Mihu and Stan pull up their socks. Smoke's already up on the site. Oh, good luck, have fun, boys. This is not a fun site to break through. They got 3 set up now. Turrets established. Util for the afterplant. Smokes, 2. Mollies, 2. You're just not getting in. EG are going to try.
They're actually still hanging around here, which is curious. There are flashes to facilitate this, but lots of util left for OG to continue to limp on out.
And Molly's going to get things a bit hot and bothered for Mantu. He's forced out into the open, but time, fellas,
it off.
Seems to be the main issue, and the main complaint.
Okay, well, they'll get away with their guns again, so this is good stuff from EG. We're seeing both sides of this, right? We're seeing the flair in terms of the fast play, getting stuck in their face, dictating the play, and then when they know that they've lost the rounds, they're not just throwing them away, they're actually playing for the future of this half. So the scoreline gets a little bit closer, 7-5 now, 2 rounds the difference. And you can see Obo just ducking down as the smoke fades, steps back up, 4 players directly in front of him. Blink and you miss it type situation right there. Now for OG, they're going to find themselves in the power position if they can crack this round right now. Grab themselves the 3rd consecutive, take these guns away from EG, force them down into Squalor. Their loss bonus looking like that 2400 range will mean an eco might be on the docket. And here we go, we're mixing it up. They're going long. They haven't really hit this side of the map too furiously and fast. It's all been through short, faster through middle, and now Alexi, he's pressured them all the way back.
Look how reactionary their defense is. Immediately, completely pull the plug on A. Play from short. You lost long, take short. It's 101, Dust2.
Oh, look at all the Molotovs they have left as well here. 4 mollies left over so far for EG. If they let them cross, if they let them do the classic Na'Vi, just smoke and go, they can molly the site and just deny that plant, make this janky, but Stan might get caught out.
Oh, they know where he is, and they're crossing. First frag found for Alexi, and it's a big one. Obo, the defender, gone. Stan, the only one to contest. They're mantling into the site, and Mantu will clear him if he keeps walking. Oh, easy. Just like that, OG are in hot pursuit of a 6th round here. Stopping the retreat is Valda. Easy as that. Cirque's AWP is now lost. And the round is won. OG will take it. Mixing it up, though, we've now seen a full long and successful at that.
I'm curious to think if EG were thinking the same thing I was just prefacing there, right? Because they had so much util left. Oh, Mantu might find this frag here. Could have been heard Mihu. But that was the difference maker, was the fact that OG went explode. They didn't throw all their usual and cross. They just exploded and took the fight. And that caught them off guard. It clearly caught them off guard. Stan was out of position. They get a trade, able to get their way onto the bomb site. And OG, well, they're strangling control back here in this first half. Might even walk away with the 8. If you take a look at EG's bank balance right now, Cirque has enough to invest into a scout to try and keep things interesting. Some light upgraded pistols for the likes of Obo, Mihu, and Breeze. And Stan's going to hold on to all of his pennies here. 2,900 coming into the bank balance for the final round to play next round. And that is not the way Cirque wants to start this one off. Going to get tagged through the door down to 31. But here they go, just pushing up Cat again, continuing to push the issue, EG. This only gets out of control one way. That's if Breeze and Stan are able to get a couple kills between them here. Look how far they're just holding and postured top mid. It can get janky, but it looks like OG might completely just go around them here. Through the long doors, nobody wants a piece of this. If the flank gets exposed, there's a chance, but it's not looking likely. This should be OG's round. Yeah, they're all 5 of them are out long now as well. So, yeah, they know where they are. They have a very good idea of what's happening here, EG. It's just the weapons are lacking.
You'd love Cirque to be over on A right now. The doors...
Shadow.
Oh, it's not locked, is it? Stan, caught. Breeze now, a different responsibility given to him. He knows there's a potential exit. That is, if they don't just charge straight into his unarmored adversaries, or rather teammates, sorry, on A.
"30 seconds. They have the buffer of time. Molly's good too. Here they come.
We are off. Those P250s will have to do an awful lot. Some quick dinks required. Not like that. Mantu Flames, all good to lock this one down and keep it completely close. 7-7. Cirque's armored scout would love a connection just to stop this perfect round from being locked in. He could make it costly, and a nice find, making Mantu at least have to have his AWP recovered by his teammates.
All right. Well, it's a competitive first half. I'm interested to see really how far EG can push this, right? Because I think OG, we can definitely see the potential of this roster. These 2 clear upgrades from Issa and MBK into Nico and Flames alike. You can see what that is bringing in terms of firepower, in terms of kind of a fresh feel for the team. So they're headed in the right direction. The thing with EG, and sure, they've made it to this point, they've already secured themselves in the playoffs, so we have to give them all that credit that is due. But they have been in the absolute doldrums this year. It has not been good for EG whatsoever. The coach has just left, or they've parted ways. They've had Ethan go, they've had Tarek go. Right? It has not been necessarily by choice how EG have found themselves in this position. So the fact that they're competitive, that's already them trending now in the right direction. It's how long can they keep this up for? Because it's great to come in and have, you know, a bit of a flash in the pan type situation. If you can do it again, they're looking very, very good, and that's a lot of damage. Oh dear.
Oh, brutal. All that damage conceded, but it's Mantu that actually opens up nicely. And Valda's right there alongside for the ride. Mihu in trouble now. Flash is thrown his direction. He wants to contest. And it's Valda that greets him with lead. Too many bodies for Stanislaw. And it's fallen apart. OG will take the half. Hello. What a recovery. Did not start so swimmingly. EG off to a flying start, but what a finish. 5 consecutive rounds puts OG in the lead. We'll be taking a break. When we do come back, we'll be getting this placement match concluded.
Flashing.
One more, go.
Flashing along right side, flashing along right side.
Flash, bro. Flash,
Boom.
Flashing over.
Good.
Maybe car.
Close.
Blind.
Dead. One more.
They
maybe.
don't-
I'm flashing.
One more.
I'm flashed.
Long dead.
I
Let's
flashed
go
over.
deep. Yeah, let's go deep. Yeah.
That was one of the peakers.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice! Indeed, OG have recovered and taken the half. It is now their turn to defend. We're on Dust2. It's the first map of our best of 3. This is for whom will be getting that semi-final bye. Both locked in for the playoffs. Why are you smiling, Chadney?
Is it more who gets the semi-final spot or who avoids Gambit?
Yes, a battle to avoid Gambit is more of a prize, I think, in most people's considerations, considering the form. Great find from Mantu. 2 of them challenge, and both of them fall. This was supposed to be a 2-pronged assault, right? You got 2 duos, 1 dispatch short, 1 dispatch long. Lovely finds, not to be.
Yeah, it turns out one's faulty.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this one here might taper out very quickly. Breeze and Obo, they still do have a shot here, but the USP's favoured at all of these ranges now, and Obo peppering up Nico gives away his position. Now, we can all see the bomb down on Cat, everybody, but there's a couple of problems if you play the bomb. You let the enemy know exactly where you are, and you give up a lot of real estate. So still jostling for position here are OG on this CT side. They're not having their eyes exactly on the C4, but close enough to deal with the plays through mid doors. Nico takes down Breeze. Obo not too far behind, and that is going to be 9 for OG. Interesting to see Nico being the hype man for the team there.
Well, I think we kind of got a rough idea of that being his character, right? When we saw him playing for Heroic, he's a loud boy, you know, he's going to make funny sounds to get laughs out of his teammates.
I think Cadian maybe just overshadowed him in a lot of situations there, right? So now maybe he gets to take that mantle completely.
Stan's dropped something.
Scout,
it's going to be the Scout for Cirque. So we'll get to see basically a Cirque round. We're going to be living in eyes with Cirque. Cirque POV. Don't even have to change your stream for this one.
What do you think of his specs?
I think they're good. I mean, it's like, obviously, it's exactly up the Cirque brand.
True. I've always wondered if I need glasses, which frames would be good for my face. When I get sunnies, they never seem to...
Have you ever had an expert say, this is what you need?
No.
People know that stuff.
It was the same as thing I was telling you about the dermatologist before. I didn't ask about my bloody skin, so maybe I should get the right people to tell me the right things. What would a person who tells you what size-shaped head you have is?
I imagine it's probably, you know, I think they're called a Sunglass Hut employee.
Okay, yeah. They're all around the place, I think.
Yeah, I know. Jokes aside, I'm not sure. Cirque Scout, he's not having much fun. You can see these tiny flashes of CTs. Oh, everyone's just evaporating. He hasn't even got to pull the trigger. He's dead. MP9s are for the majority as well, so that's a lot of extra cash to splash for OG as they start their CT campaign. And it is only Stan that will have to bear the brunt of this absent AK into round 18.
Yeah, very selfless stuff from Stan, if we are going to note. The fact that the only thing that you carry into that round was a smoke that he purchased and a scout that they dropped. It's a very curious approach. You're putting a lot of eggs in that Cirque basket.
It must have just worked out nicely for them before, right? In terms of just keeping maybe taking a couple of those M4s. If anyone gets ambitious with their second round buy, you punish that on the cross. I'm sure there must be a good grounds for it. Alexi, speaking of grounds, has covered an awful lot of it. He's got Valder in tow.
Have they heard this?
I don't think, well, I mean, I don't know. Double peek. Oh, catches one. The trade is there, and now Alexi has seized an advantage. A taste of that CT aggression we saw from AG. This time, EG. Now we're seeing it from OG.
That was actually perfectly done there. You could see the scout of Mantu actually getting the tag onto Breeze, who tried to pick out to punish that retreat of Alexi. And guess what? Alexi didn't actually fall back. He was thrust further forward.
If there's one duel where I might even favor the MP9, it's this one. And Flames can't believe his luck. Stands the first, Breeze the second, round 1. OG on their bonus, no less. Look at this. They just grabbed 3 AKs in a matter of seconds. From Eco pistols and MP9s. This bonus is feeling a whole lot better now. And Alexi is in the right place for the final frag. So that's 2 for him.
Is he going to get it? He's not going to. He's not going to make it in time. Okay, they could have picked up all of those upgraded weapons right there if Man2 was just a little bit closer.
Oh, well, this is falling apart fast for EG. I could see a world where the next 5 are all blue on brown.
It's going to be brutal, isn't it? The lack of plant just there. Well, actually, the lack of many frags is a bit of a drama. Just having a little bit of a look at the scores on the doors here as we do get underway with another pistol upgrade round. Mihu leading the charge on 17, Obo on 10. So the new boys, the fraggers that we've been highlighting, doing their jobs somewhat. On the other side, it is Flames 15, Man2 16. And I guess we'll include Valdo also on double digits currently with 10. So things going quite well for OG now as they just have to deal with this Eagle round. And it is looking more and more like a bit of a B split here. Flash is being lobbed out to dissuade any cap presence. Stan lingering around middle in a bit of a lurky boy scenario. And the other 4 ready to pop out here into the arms of Valda and Nico.
Here we go. And that spray did a lot of damage. He's had time to get a fresh mag. Pre-fired a little, but 1 for 1. Nico only the 1.
Right.
They're into the site. Man2, not the perfect weapon for this job.
Interesting now, 2 rifles on the ground, another smoke towards doors, bomb going down as well. This could be doable.
This would change everything. If they could seriously do it on the pure eco, just getting into B, these 2 frags, Valda and Nico feeling a bit silly now if this one slips away. Alexi, a lot to do. Cirque aggressive, stand by the doors, it's Flames that takes the initiative and takes the double. Breeze has the AK though, spots 1, he's getting the gap closed, it's Man2 to push, he could transfer, saved by the Man2. My lord, really close to EG, just flipping this game on its head there. That could have been a real nightmare for OG.
Oof, that was way too dicey. I think you're right in terms of the Valda-Nico situation. They probably should feel a little bit silly anyway. The fact that they've only gone 1 for 1 in that scenario. Sure, pistol upgrade, sure, there's you 2 coming in. But when you're up against a bit of an eco bash like that, not only for the ego, and you want to be trading at least favorably in that scenario. And that was not the case. So bomb goes down, buy comes out. Things are looking good now for EG. This might be one of their fleeting gun rounds now as the AWP has been dropped across to Mihu, who will be using this long spawn. On the other side of things is Man2, so we are going to get an AWP head-to-head here. And the one-way is in play. Big misses from both, so actually wanting a double dip. Mihu really needs to consider this. He's now in a dangerous position. He might get picked by Flames here.
They're going for it. Flames has flashed nicely, gets info, can surely take Breeze, and does. Support's on its way in the form of Alexi's tucked into car. Flames can fall passive. They cannot isolate that duel. Man2 in the meantime has found the short prong, finally neutralizing long. Numbers do favor the CTs still, but there is a real shot here. If Cirque's allowed to work any of his magic, they might want to park him in pit. That's where he's headed. And the rest will go and work their magic through spawn. So the question is, will they look at the floor? Will Nico even have a look? They don't. No one has the information to convey just yet. Mihu going to stick around for this mid-rotate a little. He knows info's going to be sought after by the CTs. He'd have to hit a banger though. Ooh, it wasn't far off. Just the tip of Nico's dome.
Jig's up now, though. Valdo turning his attention back towards that B site, same as Nico. So the avenue that Stan did have just closed very, very quickly. The smoke towards tunnels signifies that, and with 35 seconds left on the clock, maybe it's the save play. Stan's still having a little bit of a look here towards lower tunnels, but would have to make his way up, can't take down Man2.
Yeah, in 20 seconds, call it 20.
Might need to let go of that shift key then.
He would, yeah, and Cirque's still standing still, so I'm not really sold. Man2 isn't looking, so this will be a free frag as the smoke fades. He doesn't have time to wait for it to fade. Hello. Oh, and the crossfire's broken. If he could just plant. Molly from Alexi will stop it.
Oh.
Oh.
It's too late.
Oh.
Bomb's going to go down.
Bomb's down. They could do something. Cirque starts to. Already the frag, maybe stand. Only 17 HP. He'd need a crisp headshot here. Alexi's gone. Needs to find cover. Has done so, but Valda's there for the trade. So close. 2v4, fellas. EG really keeping OG on their toes.
Yeah, something out of nothing there, considering that looked perfect, right? Smoke was there, Stan had to go for the push. The nades coming in from Circuit long was enough of a distraction. I think Alexi was actually being a safety net in that setup for Man2, trying to cover the corner of the smoke.
Well, he got shot at, right? Look.
Yeah, but that's so, like, sure, I get the concept.
Yeah.
That's insane to try and go for that kind of a play right there. So really, really dicey. And I think you can see how much that means to Alexi.
Really, yeah. I'm sure that would have been another one right like that eco on B. Could have been a real disaster for OG. That's 2 back-to-back. They've kind of evaded the throw.
Yeah, compounding that into that round with the financial woes that could have spiraled out of control here. It would have been another chance for EG to put a foot forward in this first map here. You can see top right of your screen, Overpass to come up next. That will be EG's pick. And then Infernal as the third. So, I know, guys, there's no Ancient in this first series. Maybe we get it in the second. Probably not. Vitality are playing. They're going to ban it. Never mind. Okay. Oh. Well, couple more rounds required here, 3 of which 18 now for Mantu and Flames. Really just running away with this one here. Back towards long, EG look to go.
He's out. Stands down. Pushing though. And Mihu already meets Alexi. This is a real problem now for Evil Geniuses. They demanded long control, but look what it's cost them. OG haven't taken a point of damage.
And they've rotated perfectly here.
Leave me alone, says Breeze. Nades and bullets all thrown towards his location. He's not having fun.
I don't want to say how do they get back into this because Stan just almost made a miracle happen in the last, but this one here is even more dire. They rotated the AWP back towards the top of A. They're playing for short control. They were just contesting mid, and now they've totaled back up to the B site with 2. So, yeah, the avenue is still through long here. The problem is just the numbers. They would need to get into the site unscathed, and then from that point, somebody needs to find a bit of a multi-kill. Smoke's being lined on up. So they're just waiting for a reaction here, EG. The smokes have landed. That is a massive gap to work with if they were to walk up close. That scope's hurt as well.
Still a gap. Nice flash. Breeze does get across. Not unscathed, though. And Oboe sitting duck. That's not worked out well at all. OG. Deal with it. Cirque. Gonna get pushed from so many different angles. Jumping through the smoke. And it's 14. Here we go. We've only seen... Well, actually, we haven't seen a single round. I thought EG won the pistol. That's my poor memory kicking in. So you still yet to move from that 8-7 half. It makes sense.
And it's 11 rounds in a row. It's 5 to close out the first half there for OG. And then now 6 on the trot here within the second half. So they're looking to convert this in fashion.
We're playing a lot of Dust2. One of the few teams that pick Dust2 so regularly.
It's so strange, right? When Dust2 went out of the pool and then came back in, this is obviously going back a couple of years, it almost felt like teams forgot all the protocols that were necessary on Dust2. And then now, surprisingly, it never really came back to the fashion it was once in. Yeah. Right? Mirage has really taken that mantle. And that's obviously one of the biggest reasons as to why I want to... Look, first of all, let me say this. Mirage is a good map. I just think it's overplayed. But with it being the most played map by probably everybody, let's just say Counter-Strike fans in general, it's very unlikely that it's going to get removed from the map pool anytime soon. Yeah,
they've taken some big scalps on this map, though. But let's not forget beating G2, Vitality.
Oh,
actually, that Vitality is a lie. That was a loss at Flashpoint. Oh, he's blind. Mantu is going to have to peek back into the contact, and a missed shot. That's his death sentence. There's no way he gets out of that. Cirque makes sure of it. Okay, now the tables have turned. 2 entry frags this time for EG, and it's on mid. They're heading straight into B. Valda's already evacuated. There's nothing he can do. Oboe from behind. Perfect division of their contact.
Breeze is chasing now as well.
Well, Flames hasn't been in this scenario just yet. The first T round found. Took him long enough.
But look at the money of OG as well. Alexi, 800. Valda, 550. This saved gun could be a lot here, and those footsteps will have been heard. Breeze is going to relay this to the team, and they just get it for free. That is clean. Okay, EG. Not done with map number 1 just yet. Already starting to set my eyes on Overpass, and, wow, that is almost worth 2 right there. OG, the money situation, you got 5.1 on Mantu, Nico with 4.6, you got Flames there with 3.7, so they could buy, but wouldn't be recommended with the buffer they have right here. Should just be the save with some partial investments around it, and EG might be looking at getting themselves up to double digits. Timeout called, 3rd of which being used. Rugger now getting on the mic. Prickly situation they've found themselves in here, OG, after all.
Okay, looks like a conversation's been had, and we will be seeing a conservative buy. Just leveling out the money. Nico's treated himself. Valda unable to purchase much more, so we'll go for that kind of quasi-double force.
Yeah, it's only 1,900 in the next round.
Exactly. So, I mean, just trying to have punch in 2 rounds back-to-back. Ooh. Through the box. Flames, one of the most well-equipped, is now working at just 9 HP. That flash is well-timed. Very deep as well. Breeze to keep an eye on middle. That slip to the under towards lower tunnels is held as well by Obo. These are the kind of rounds that can get dicey quickly. That's if Stanislaw doesn't get his men's in line. Looks like Cirque has managed to catch one. Flames, the one he tagged up earlier, no less.
Oh, they were in the right place, close towards mid, but they've rotated back now.
Breeze, first one to check as the rest walk in contact. Problems for OG. And they can hear that short steps. They're already starting to maneuver away from the site. Just look if they can take anything for free. Any bonus, any AKs want to be delivered to us? That would be really helpful right about now.
I'm just trying to work out like the OG mindset with this type of a buy. They didn't even, in the first half, we were talking about EG with their one-way smoke, right, that they dropped to facilitate Stan for that pick. Oh, there's a kill for Volder. It'd be nice to be able to hold on to that one. I'm not sure if he will be allowed. But the thought process there, like I get it, the money's not in a great place. There's quite a disparity between a few players in the team. Hard conversation to have. But Mantu could have had an AWP, right? Like imagine if they went just like the AWP and everybody else like went for pistols. They could have gone for something a little bit more threatening, right? Here it's gone like, oh, we'll just be limp in 2 rounds.
Yeah, it doesn't sound logically driven when you put it like that. So again, yeah, you're at that weird point where if they force on this...
Yeah, they can't. That's the thing. The fact that Volder invested so deeply last round was telling of that. That's why it's curious that they didn't go for something a little bit more threatening last round, knowing that it was likely that there was 2 coming, because somebody else could have saved cash for Mantu's AWP. They could have had a discussion about, yeah, let's prioritize. You got a little bit extra. You can save here. I'll do this. And if they found an AWP kill, or if they had a move, like what EG had with that smoke, maybe a boost, you know, maybe some form of a stack or something, they're giving themselves a better chance. Here it's like they've kind of just gone, all right, let's play together and hope that they come to us and we might be able to snowball a couple of frags. But again now, just grouped together, following the mother hen of Alexi B around the map. But this is the thing. He's just going to, yep, come here. Yep, let's do this. This is how this round's going to work. It's not like, this isn't one of the ones where it's like, all right, guys, let's get some deagles. We'll go to our spots, use a bit of your flair. This is, we have to hope that they come right into this pack.
You can see the intention. Breeze could be the victim. Flash is flying. He's not looking.
Nobody home as well, so footsteps heard. Well, with long control now for EG, it'd be interesting if they just collapsed into an ace split after they've taken this contact. They're still going. Breeze with the flash, perfect. Just the triple kill, easy as you like.
Full anti-flash. And in fact, Flames gets the assist on all of them. That's not fun. No fun at all. Not allowed. Breeze with another triple. He's climbing the leaderboards after these couple of multis. So OG, they've been in touching distance for the last 3. EG have posted their very first 3 of their attack. Now they're going to be tested thoroughly. This is going to be the full CT investment. This is what OG have been biding their 2-round time for. So every EG frag in that feed is going to have a whole lot of impact here.
Yeah, need to make this one work here, OG. Oh,
What's he up to? What's he up to?
Hello.
Oh, he reveals it. Valder's just not so sure, not so convinced that he will get the molly down. I imagine a smoke on top of that.
Yeah, forcing out that useful over towards the B site is nice here if they want to finish in a bit of a mid to B or B formation.
Cirque's already back at spawn. I mean, he's long gone.
Yeah, being very flexible with that AWP here. Now, turning that attention towards long, you've got Mantu through the doors here. Stan is kind of trapped unless he jump peeks away.
The bait. Constant movement behind him. Flames just jumping around.
That's cheeky, isn't it?
Blinded. He's going to take space here. Obo is through the doors. EG at a man disadvantage. They can't stomach another. They need to return this to an equilibrium. They can't. Certainly not now. Oh. What is that? He's got the bomb on his back and he's just decided A is his.
On his own?
Completely isolated.
What is going on here?
Go on, Mihu. You got any more for us? Head spotted. Flamesy's the victim and another double entry on his own. Bomb on his back. A hero moment here from the new addition. Valda's flanking. Zerk's prepared if he could just find this. Oh, Alexi, big find. Bomb's loose. Nico's been handed a potentially winnable clutch. It's Zerk. Oh, you can't put the bullets in the right direction. EG will make it 11. Alexi, the only one that could voice concerns there. Mihu, a man possessed. I don't know whether it was someone telling him or he just saw a cue. Enough contact in mid, perhaps, but he managed to time that to perfection. There was only one defender, and he manages to find that frag immediately. Look at this. Yeah, that's the AWPer. And that was the second defender. Bang. Round one.
Yeah, and you can see Valda scrambling here. There was so much time left on the clock, so maybe overcooking it there with that aggression. But it's really fallen apart for OG here, because now with the 2,900 they just received, it's another eco-ish round. So in the last 4, 3 of which have been terrible buys, right? You can see now how that really it sounds like old school economy, right? And sure, the money wasn't there, but there were other options. So really feeling maybe a couple of silly calls as Mihu straight out mid. Yeah. What the hell is going on with this guy? Just go and kill.
Yep, I think Stan's probably let him off the leash a little bit here. It worked. At least in the previous. This one could have ramifications. The loss of him hasn't put a weapon into enemy hands. Nothing to complain about. Mantu and Alexi working long. But the T's already swapping sides. Breeze has managed to get across on that smoke.
Oh, what is happening?
Oh, and Alexi.
Oh, what?
Zerk was in the air, I think, at that point. And they're not checking their corners. Easy for Breeze. There you have another. EG starting to get OG a little nervous now. It looked like the perfect start, dude. The perfect 6 rounds off the break. Total was 11. They did 11 spree across the halves to finish strong on their T, starting strong on their CT.
Oh, okay. It has just been a very back and forth. Like,
hasn't it? I mean, this can flip.
Round. It's just been sprees of rounds.
This still can flip. It's been the case ever since OG found 14.
Look at EG's bank balance now, though.
Yeah, true. It's not going to be easy to flip. They'd have to find 2 in a row. Just straight back-to-back brutality. Otherwise, the war of attrition likely sided with the finances of EG. He's in again. So mid doors does seem to be a component of their play, at least denying that info. Smoke deployed. Typically require a second for a full commit.
Completely denied info here. So they know Alexi's towards spawn. They've heard the sound cues. Likely to be 2 players on the B side as well. Less risky CT gambles or versatility in their play is what we saw from EG in their first half. Obo's taking a little bit of damage here over towards upper tunnels. But just standing strong. 4 members from EG posted around the mid doors. Catwalk just waiting, and now Breeze is straight out mid looking for a head.
Again, loudly about it.
Oh, there's no nades left for OG.
Oh, Alexi just has to respect that molly. He's gone wider.
They only have 1 HE.
Yeah.
We still have 45 seconds.
They can go anywhere they want, right?
This is all heads-up Counter-Strike right now. OG have to just hope to hit the shots. They can't defend with smokes. They can't delay with Molotovs. They're not going to have flashes to set up alley-oops. They just need to hit these headshots. Oh, it's on Mantu as well. Here comes the exec.
Sitting anti-flash starts to adjust, and there's the first. Mihu's gone. OG need this from Mantu.
Great nade.
Call upon him. It's not going to stop the plant. That's gone down courtesy of Stan. Missed shot this time. Obo advancing, and Obo doing more than advance. He's taken 2 heads, and EG again turning the script completely upside down. Valda, what are you supposed to do now? Mantu started so strong. Obo's just stronger. 13 for Evil Geniuses. Valda, what can you do? Nothing but save. And Obo gets all the brownie points. He was the one that was catching nades at B tons. He's the one that finishes it on A.
That is wild scenes right there. Obo with a round winning double. And Valda, as you mentioned, with this save, 3,400 in the bank balance, they can drop a gun here. But it is looking likely EG might be ushered in here with a 14-14 scoreline. Because if you do invest, it's going to be battered and broken. It will just have to be a partial. And this is Obo right here. Jumps up. Alexi goes down. This one, very important frag there. to Manti. Oh, it was a triple after all. Great stuff. EG, they are in this one and they are looking good.
They look, yeah, very focused.
Okay, okay, well, OG with that
OG's
pass,
pick, dude.
partial.
And the way their CT side setup started, it felt very convincing. Like, okay, now I see. OG's CT is going to be enough to completely nullify the EG playbook. Far from reality. Nico on the jiggle with his smoke. He'll be tested by Obo. Be very hard to get a frag there. Nico gets his info for free. Ooh. Spoke too soon about the free.
Could really use one of those Nico moments now, couldn't they? 7 kills to his name. Could be the difference maker if he's able to string a few together. Alexi has been having a rough go of it here as well. Banking on long right now, OG, but we can see EG just more of the same. They've actually been the more tempered on their T side. Their CT side, they were dictating the pace. On their T side, they're just defaulting, playing it slow, working off one another. Always working with each other, right? There's always a flash. Unless it's just Mihu running out cat on his lonesome.
That's the alternative.
Yeah, and that one right there was a game-changing round. So,
and Obo had one straight after that. So Mihu and Obo definitely doing what's demanded of them. They come in A, Founder with the counter flash. It's a bit late. They'll tuck into Gandalf. Lots of damage. Cirque and Mihu double dinked. They're still breathing. The nade may change that. So much damage. OG, though, they're dropping like flies. It's Flames Deeg, the only point of resistance so far. Cirque's not going to miss, but Flames as well. A third connection on the $700 pistol. He's not ready for that fight. He can't. He can't. Such long range. Obo's head is just too evasive. And he will give it everything he had. Valiant attempt. 14, though. We tie it up. It was an 8-7 half. We're going to be heading in a similar direction here in the second.
So there's 7 in a row now for EG. What a response. An 11-round drought. Now they've had 7 of their own, and you can see Obo eventually getting it done. Flames and Obo, probably 2 of the sharpest kids in the server right here. Seeing them struggle
just both of them standing still, just staring their eyes at the monitor.
Oh, the double dak. This is getting brutal and attesting to just how much money there is in that EG camp. Breeze has a lot of space here. We deal with him. The flash is good. The AWP being heard sends him back. But the pressure is on OG, and they need to be careful how quickly they rifle through this utility. They went very, very quickly in one of the previous rifle rounds, and that came back to bite them late. Nico on this same little jiggle here towards upper tunnels. And he actually might have a chance here for a couple. The bomb on stand, now grouped with Obo in the backyard. They're coming over. Cirque controlling top mid with the rotations. Breeze helping out from T-Spawn, and Mihu still anchoring long. So nothing committed just yet from EG here. Lurk smoke's good. Util that's forcing out now. Molly lands. You'll see more coming in from Nico soon, I'm sure. And eyes are now off middle. Alexi's had to rotate over towards CT spawn to help on out. Volda and Nico both drawn towards the upper tunnels, both dropping more utility, and both completely shy. Everybody right now for EG, they're looking healthy as can be.
Yeah, and Stan looks to try and sell a bit of a fake, I think. He was lining up a smoke for doors, or he's just going to do the dribble smoke. So that's going to keep 2 players busy. Valda, Nico. Busy. It's not an issue if Mantu can do more of that. He's baited in. Flames, not going to be checked. A big find. Only 3 left for EG. Obo keeps it relatively competitive, but the 30-second mark, they are running out of options.
Oh, Alexi's gone spawn. Mantu's under so much pressure here.
Oh, you're right. Alexi's underneath. Short's open for business. Stan is on the crawl. Obo and Suck do need to get that bomb up long, and they have to get through Mantu. Tight line held. The molly does obscure his vision, and a missed shot. Stan has to find it, and he does. They can plant. Valda can change things. Cirque's hitting his shots. Not again. Oh, OG, they're disintegrating. The bomb does go down in time, and now they've again flipped it. Oh, it's head. Cirqued along. Only 8 frags for Nico. And EG from a 2-man disadvantage.
Knows where both are now.
Yeah, he needs a bit of RNG there, EG. That's map point. Cirque and Stan a double apiece. It was Cirque that even enabled that bomb to be going down, hitting all the shots necessary, and I hate to point at the numbers on the right side of the screen, but OG, they're not going to have all the bells and whistles they desire.
No, and this has been really rough. This spree of rounds, 8 now. 8 in a row just to get them to this position here. 1 away from taking it 16-14. And OG have started these rounds quite nicely. But then just the way that they're rotating back, they're not really helping each other out. They're getting flustered and back towards long we go.
Flames will be there. Flames was there, past 10th. They've taken
HP.
a whole lot of damage. Unconfirmed, though, at this point. And Mantu pushing forward, more damage and a frag. God, Cirque and Mihu bleeding internally. Valda can do more, and he does alongside Alexi. Wants to clear that blue bin, and it's isolated Mihu from Cirque.
He's not going to clear it.
Not cleared
oh,
it.
no!
Enables Mihu to find, not both of them. Still an intense 2v2. This is for OT. OG for survival. To convert something that started so well for them, they have a divided defense. It falls quiet for Valda. Falls quiet for everyone. Nico on that B tunnels jiggle. He's been there an awfully long time. And it looks like the call is short. So if he is allowed to just walk on in, Valda plays retake. I mean, they've got no kits. Every second that passes, Chad, feels like EG are getting steps closer to converting here in the final round of regulation.
Yeah, forget the HP that Cirque's on right now. If this bomb goes down, this round is EG's to lose. There's not a kit right now. The Famous, yeah, can be upgraded into an AK. Valda doesn't want to make sound cues in this current junction. Nico's going to have to rotate in with the MP9. That's going to melt off a lot of time on the clock. Where are they going to plant for? They can plant for long, they can plant for short. Looks like the latter will be favored here. Molly's for Stan and Cirque. They can either lock off areas of rotation or they can use it to deny that defuse. Cheeky one-way here for Cirque. This is looking great for EG to close.
Flash is good. And I'm not sure if Valda got the info about that one way, but it's going to deter them for sure.
Halfway ticked.
Halfway ticked. The molly does force them off the site, and a big find. Oh, the incendiary's done enough, perhaps, maybe. Jump shot's not there. Stan can finish it right here. No kit. I don't even think there's time. No, there isn't. And Valda, the last man alive, but it's going EG's way. Evil geniuses take OG's map pick away from them. All right, Overpass next. Get ready for that one. We'll be breaking it all down at the analyst desk. Frankie Ward and a bunch of analytical cronies after the break.